swapping over from doing Brussels sprouts this morning. Just going to change the seed wheel to a closer seed wheel for putting the turnips in. Just kind of having a bit of an experiment really. The wheel I used this morning was about the right spacing for the turnips, but having run the Brussels sprouts through it, there's a lot less seed used than I thought would have been used. So I'm just going to run a closer spacing on the wheel, which you'll see in a minute when I pull it out of here, and then see how that goes. The Brussels sprouts are less of a priority to get in. We can still keep planting them for a little longer. So if when I start seeing them come up, there's big spaces, I can always go back over the row with a different wheel and put a couple more seeds in. We've got, I think I've put in about 8 rows of sprouts. So you take the screws out first, this lifts off, and then that's the seed wheel. So this is driven by the wheel at the back. As that turns the seed wheel, which puts the seed in. So just lift this out. Give it a bit of a clean. So there's a little brass cleaner, so the seeds drop into each of these holes as it goes around, and then as that wheel turns, the little brass cleaner pulls it out and drops it down through a hole in there. So you can see the difference between the spacing. Like I said, this is about the right spacing for the turnips, about 1 inch between, and then we'd thin them out to every 2 or 3 of them. So obviously this is a lot closer, but we'll see how that goes. So there's 2 little sticky uppy bits which are going to drive it on the bottom. I've got to make sure this little brass cleaner fits in right. There we go, that's on. And then just spin that until it sits down. Make sure it's clean, no more seed, because I don't want Brussels sprouts halfway through my turnips, do I? And then just really simple. Now this is a fantastically simple piece of kit. No need for any computers or anything. We plough ridges in with the ridger, which you'll have seen if you've been following what I've been up to, and then we use this to put the seed in. Now this is a precision planter. I didn't use this to put the sunflowers in. I put the sunflowers in broadcast because I don't have a different seed drill, but ideally they don't need to be as accurate as this, so I just went along with a push behind broadcaster and put them in, and so hopefully we'll start seeing them come up in the next couple of well, what we at, 7 to 14 days for them, maybe 14, 20 days maybe. Turnips I think are about 14 days as well, so we should start to see things. I've had a couple of bits come up at home which we put in, but I've not seen anything from what we've planted down here yet. But I think things are going in a little deeper with this. You can adjust the depth, but unfortunately everything's very rusty on it, and I didn't want to risk snapping something before planting. So what I'll do is I'll have a look at that once everything's planted in, and then I've got plenty of time before next year if I need to fix it. So they're all tight down. The bottom one doesn't actually go all the way down, but I don't know why. And then this just drops in. Oop, wrong way around. Belt on. And so that's driven off that back wheel, and then this just holds it in place. So I get that fastened back up. And then at the front here, this roller's got a curve on it, so that centres it on the ridge. So you'll have seen that when I've done the videos from the back of it. I might need to look at getting some new belts for this, but it feels okay. Just make sure that's upright. And there we go.